Welcome back this Sunday morning. We're 40 minutes past the hour, and new this morning, a senior member of UK Parliament is calling for a treason investigation into Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. This comes as police are reportedly conducting interviews with the former prince's royal protection officers. UK police are back at the Royal Lodge today. Of course, the former residence of the disgraced royal. This marks the fourth day in a row investigators are on site since his arrest. Andrew moved out of the lodge earlier this month. He is now residing at a farm estate northeast of London. At this point, and this is important to mention, no charges have been filed. He is being investigated for misconduct in public office over confidential financial trade reports. Now, this fallout from the arrest of former Prince Andrew keeps growing. Now, members of the public are looking towards the palace, wondering who knew, what, when, if the royal family will even survive the scandal. Meanwhile, inside the palace walls, well, the royals feeling the mounting pressure, and they're trying to strategize a path forward. Here with us now is News Nation's entertainment expert Paula Froelich and Rob Shooter, a former publicist for a member of the royal family and, of course, host of the Naughty But Nice podcast. Welcome. Good morning to both of you.
Good to see you.
Paula, I will start with the king. Look, it hasn't been an easy time for him. He's battling cancer. He's not talking to his son, Harry. Now, all this with his brother's arrest. Many are wondering if he will abdicate the throne.
Well, here's the deal. He does not want to, but there are growing calls for him to do, especially there's a new report out today that he received whistleblower emails saying, here's proof that Andrew is trading on the family name. Here's proof that he's bringing people into his business with as a trade envoy. And it's getting harder and harder. And at this point, a lot of people are saying the only way to draw a line underneath this entire disgusting operation is for William and Kate to step up.
And the king waited so long to take this title. Rob, let's talk about Sarah Ferguson, of course, Andrew's ex-wife. We don't know where she is. We don't know her whereabouts. What are you hearing?
Yeah, I hear she's in the Middle East. We don't know exactly where she is. There's a new report out that she was having a spa treatment in Europe, and so we haven't seen her. Now, Sarah, friends of hers tell me this is what she does. When trouble happens, she disappears. And so I'm sure she's in a really dark place. I'm sure she's trying to figure out what to happen next. And I'm sure she's really frightened. My insiders are telling me that there is some sort of cooperation deal going on, that they've got Andrew. They want Andrew. That's the top of the fish here, the head of the fish. There's only one person bigger than Andrew in Britain, and that's the king, and they're not at the moment after him. So I think Sarah's probably talking to the authorities, but she's doing it from outside Britain. She's not in the UK.
You mentioned the wellness spa. Paula, do you know anything about this clinic?
Oh my gosh, yes. The Paralysis Clinic, one of the most expensive mental health wellness spas in the world. It is crazy. It costs about $17,000 a day.
A day?
A day. And she spent the entire month of January there. And you know, a lot of people are saying, how did she pay for it? Well,
right.
I'm hearing it was another freebie. So last year, you know, she does love her freebies, God bless her, and she claims she's broke, and of course she can't afford around $350,000 right now. However, she did do a huge promotion with the spa last year where she went to the Telegraph newspaper and said how it had saved her life, how it was so amazing. There was a big fashion shoot about it, and yeah, I think this is kind of payback.
Typically cameras aren't allowed in these spas. So
no, it was after she left, and they did an at-home with Sarah Ferguson, who said her life was changed and saved by dealing with her traumas at this insanely expensive Swiss.
I mean, there is a lot of trauma. Rob, you're a former publicist for the royal family. What do you think is happening behind the scenes?
Oh, I'm sure it's absolute all hands on deck. I'm sure there's emergency meetings. This family has survived a lot. Now, what's going on right now is a lot. Let's not underestimate it. But I'm sure they're figuring out what's next. When Paula spoke at the top of the show about the king abdicating, what I'm told is the way that this will happen is nothing will happen now. They don't want more uncertainty. They don't want more crisis. But I will predict within the next 6 months to a year, the king might withdraw. He might have some health issues, and William is now going to be pushed to the front. So I don't think it's going to happen immediately, but I do think this could happen in the next 6 months.
I agree, actually. I think that it's going to be more of a co-monarchy, kind of like what he had with his mother. They don't want to just kind of chop him off at the knees, if you will.
Back here in the U.S., you report a lot about Harry and Meghan. We know they're feuding with the royal family. Do you think this might help them get back in the good graces with all this attention going into? And I see both of you shaking your head no.
No. In fact, I think this is sealed their fate. I think, if anything, the Yorks have shown the family that you cannot just have rando royals running willy-nilly around the world. And I do think that the titles will be taken away from Harry, Meghan, their children. But meanwhile, Harry and Meghan are just breathing a sigh of relief. Like,
no one's talking about them right now.
Exactly. Like, on the day that Andrew was arrested, Meghan sent out an as-ever email saying, it's time to cozy up with some tea.
Try to sell products.
Rob, very quickly, they're telling me to wrap, but I want to ask, what is the scandal doing across the pond when it comes to the monarchy?
People are absolutely horrified by this. This ties in to a feeling around the world at the moment that it's them versus us, and there's special rules for very wealthy people, and we'd be in jail if we did half of what he has been accused of doing. And so I think it's a real reckoning at the moment in the world about there's different rules for different people, so it shook the monarchy. This is the most dangerous moment for the monarchy since Princess Diana's death.
Interesting. All right, Rob Shuter, Paula Froelich, thank you guys. I really appreciate you coming on. Be sure to subscribe to the Scoop newsletter for the biggest stories about the royal family and other entertainment, and listen to the Naughty But Nice podcast with Rob Shuter. All right, coming up, going for the gold.